Here at the Interior Design Advocate, or TIDA as we like to call it behind the scenes, we love to hear your questions. And this week's question's a great one, and one that we hear about a lot. It has to do with home offices, specifically basement offices. How do you make them feel not quite so basement-y? I've got some great tips for you on that coming up. So this week's question is all about how to make a basement office feel less basement-y. And it comes from Emily in Indianapolis. And Emily writes, "My husband and I both work from home. His office is upstairs, mine is downstairs." Emily, how'd you let that happen? Emily wants to know, how do I make my basement office feel less like a basement? Well, actually, Emily, there are a bunch of things that you can do to help on that. First of all, lighting is so important. I imagine that because you're in a basement, you have a drop ceiling. So ceiling lighting, kind of a waste, because why draw more attention up to that ceiling? So instead, I'd like you to think about getting at least 3 beautiful lamps in the room and triangulate them through the room. Meaning, if you were a bird up on the ceiling looking down, you'd want them set in a triangle shape. That creates a great light in any room. So watch your lighting, up your lighting if you can. Next, I'd like to suggest that you need more glass down there. Beautiful framed mirror, artwork behind glass. Try to create the sense or feeling of window. If you have any cabinetry down there, maybe you're building some custom cabinetry, can you do some glass front cabinet doors? Again, to help create the feeling of window and shine. So beyond those 2 ideas, you should also think about adding some greenery. Now granted, plants are kind of hard to grow in a basement, but there are some really great freeze-dried plants out there. Really kind of cool topiary types of things if that's your design aesthetic, and if not, even some really beautiful, simple moss-covered balls, and you can put them in a cool container, contemporary, wicker, doesn't matter. So getting some greenery down there would be also helpful so your basement office doesn't feel quite so basement-y. And then lastly, if you can, control your color palette to keep it a little bit lighter and fresher. Lots of splashes of whites and creams in there can help you too. All right, Emily, good luck in that basement office, and let us know how you're doing down there. Stay productive.